Justice delayed is justice denied. This assertion has prompted the Judicial Service Commission to haul High Court Judge Tshifhiwa Maumela before the Judicial Conduct Tribunal for delaying the finalization of cases before him. Judge Maumela had 24 outstanding cases between 2012 and 2022 when Judge President Dunstan Mlambo filed a complaint against him. Despite Maumela having finalized the judgments, the Judicial Conduct Tribunal still needs to investigate all circumstances fully.
What is important here, we must look at it from the side of the litigants. We have someone who's going to say, I'm waiting for this court to decide my matter, and by the time it decides, I may not even be alive. By the time it decides, the person who's supposed to pay me may not be even alive or have the ability to pay me anymore. So it makes the judgment, which is going to be issued years later, not what the papers is written on because it can't be effective. So I think what the JSC is doing, and the whole notion is to say, we want to make sure that every single judge who is employed in South Africa understands the importance of making sure that judgments should be there.
Judge Maumela is accused of delaying cases by between 12 to 24 months, while the norm and standard is for legal matters to be finalized within 3 months. Despite having eventually managed to finalize those cases, NPO Judges Matter says the delays could lead to Maumela being impeached if found guilty.
Judge Maumela is accused of taking too long to deliver judgment in not one or two cases, but several cases over a long period of time, over several years. So that is where the misconduct moves from the second category of non-impeachable misconduct to the highest category, which is the impeachable misconduct. That is because it looks like there is a pattern of misconduct where he has not been able to deliver judgments, and these judgments have been building up for some time.
A complaint against Judge Maumela came while he was presiding over the high-profile murder case of former Bafana Bafana and Orlando Pirates goalkeeper and captain Senzo Meyiwa. Judges Matter elaborated on what is expected to transpire at the tribunal this week.
This week, the Judicial Conduct Tribunal will first hear evidence from Judge Mlambo, who filed the complaint. Then they will deal with the evidence from Judge Maumela himself, and then they will then hear legal argument, and then at the end, they will file a report with the Judicial Service Commission. And the Judicial Service Commission will either say the misconduct has been proven and he's guilty, or he's not guilty of gross misconduct. And then the Judicial Service Commission will decide if they accept the recommendation of the Judicial Conduct Tribunal or they reject it. If they do accept it, then they may possibly recommend that he be impeached and removed from office.
While there's a shortage of judges in Gauteng, which leads to high workloads and load shedding, which hampers their work, experts say there's no excuse for trials dragging up to 24 months. Ofentse Setimo, SABC News, Johannesburg.